You're listening to DraftKings Network.
The god of mischief is back and better than ever.
Loki. Wow, great to see you again.
Critics agree Loki Season 2 is
marvelous. Great.
and it's finally here.
How much do you know?
Let's assume I don't know much.
A mind-bending adventure. Spectacularly cinematic.
I've been waiting for a moment like this.
It surpasses all expectations.
A little over the top, don't you think? I thought it was spot on.
Loki Season 2, now streaming only on Disney+.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
If you've been listening closely over the last few months, actually more than a year, as Chris Whittingham and Mike Ryan, it's been more than 1 year. For many years now, Whittingham and Mike Ryan have been trying to get soccer into our feed, into the network, into the American consciousness. Stugotz, our colleague at Meadowlark, Grant Wall, was hell-bent the entirety of his career, grew up at the Miami Herald, of making soccer matter in this country, and he died at the World Cup during an exciting time. And his prodigy, really, in Mike Ryan and Chris Whittingham, are now enmeshed in what is happening in soccer in South Florida, where Messi has made a giant deal to be the LeBron James of soccer, create a league-wide phenomenon by playing at Inter Miami, getting a stadium built, an economy built, really, Stugotz, when you think of the history of David Beckham and this franchise teetering on the edge of extinction, with it looking like there was no place for them to land a land deal, when Miami's filled with places that only build up, and poorly, I might add. I don't know if you guys saw this on Brickell the other day. Just a chunk of building fell down because we're just building shit all the way up into the sky, the only place we can, and we're hiring Armando and Fernando over there because they're builders all over the place. So many things need to be built, and there aren't enough construction companies here to build it all.
They can also hire Peter and Jack.
Right.
Yes. Just because you're
Well
Cuban,
said,
it doesn't mean
Mike.
you can get away with that one.
I can get away with that.
No, that
one.
one hurt. That one stung. I apologize
I know
on
a
his
Cuban
behalf.
named Jack.
You don't know Jack.
We're going to apologize to Armandos.
No, there's so many Armandos. My point is, though, that you can't lose your game show sound racism against my own people.
You can.
No,
You
you can't.
Yeah. No, it was for the you don't know Jack line.
So you were saying soccer's dead.
I wasn't saying soccer's dead. I was saying that soccer's never been more alive
Please
than it
continue
is.
your lengthy, possibly racist preamble.
I don't think it's possibly racist. I think it is racist, but against my own people, which makes it okay.
Nah, is racism ever okay?
This is the only time.
Loophole.
Angel Hernandez, you cannot call him a blight against your people unless he is actually your people. Moving forward. Buildings are falling down in South Florida, and this one, the soccer team that is building something with Lionel Messi, Mike Ryan has fallen on the wrong side of them recently, even though he's been a stellar reporter internationally when it comes to his Messi coverage. You're feuding with the club now because of something you've said that's just honesty about their season ticket issues?
Well, they're not thrilled that a tweet that I sent out got aggregated, but I'll pull the curtain back and I'll show you exactly. I've been a day one Inter Miami season ticket holder, and prices have fluctuated a little bit since then. The pandemic made things complicated, but for my 2 seats, which I love, Midfield Club, get food and drink in the package. It's wonderful. I was even considering adding a third so I can take my daughter to it regularly. The 2 seats cost about roughly $6,000 for a full season of MLS action.
And you were locked in before Messi got here, right?
Yeah,
At that price.
Yeah, I've been locked.
Okay.
I've been locked in every season.
6,000 total.
6,000 total.
How many games is
for
that?
the 2 seats? You get this year. You got about 20 games. Next year, they're playing all these additional cup competitions.
Billy just made a face. He's used to getting for $4 a Flanagan cup and a $5 burger.
Yeah. That's a. And keep in mind, these are luxury seats. This is good premium seating that comes with alcohol, that comes with food. It's a it comes with cover and cushion seats.
But these are the cheap ones, even though they're expensive. Billy's looking at it.
These aren't cheap ones.
No,
these
I'm
are
saying
the expensive ones.
No, I'm saying that
These are like club level.
These are the most expensive seats that you can have outside of having a field box.
Forgive me. I'm saying that these are the cheap ones, or they were cheap before Messi. That these are pre-Messi prices you got this at.
That's a solid value. I'm paying a premium for the additional things, and the club has responded in kind. And then also, it's been an exciting season. They got Leo Messi. They have a stadium that they have to build with maybe some subsidies, but not actual taxpayer dollars. So naturally, you would think that the prices would go up, and I was prepared for that. Wasn't prepared for how much. Now they sent me an email. I have 2 seats at $6,000. I got an email that didn't have any additional information on it outside of what my price was.
For the record, these are expensive seats. Billy made a face because that hurts. 2 seats, 20 games, $6,000. That's steep.
On a per game basis.
That is, but I love soccer. I love the experience. To me, it's worth it. It's fine. The quote that came in on my email was $30,000 in change for my exact same 2 seats.
So did you get the third, or?
No. What ended up happening, though, so I screen capped that, and keep in mind there's no information that says where my seats are or anything like that. It's just year over year. I have what I paid last year because I looked that up, and I saw the email come in. A 350% increase on the tickets. So I got a panicked call from a rep that said, well, we see this. We had an internal system error.
Because you smoked them out, because you put it out publicly.
It was
5 times as much. Your tickets, same tickets, they just upped the price. We got Messi. Your tickets are now 5 times as much.
Right. Now, it wasn't exactly reflective of what the actual rate hike was, because they had an internal error that several people had an email come in, and it mistakenly added 2 additional seats. So
that's convenient.
So the price wasn't for 2 seats, the price was for 4 seats. Okay, that's fine. I guess it's 4D chess to prepare you for paying 4 times as much as you paid previously, so that when the quote for $15,000 and change comes in, you're like, that's not that bad. Let me tell you what's going on here.
Let's see how he feels about 30.
Yeah. So 15 puts Inter Miami next season at having the most expensive ticket in all of world soccer. You'll notice that a lot of the spin coming from Inter Miami is these are in line with NFL ticket prices and NBA ticket prices. You're getting 17 games.
Lucy, why are you shaking your head back there?
I'm not paying for that.
No.
There's nothing to do in Miami so far for me because it's too hot, and someone invited me to go to a game, and now I wish I would have said yes, because I will never pay for that.
No.
Right. But keep in mind, this is my choice. These are to keep my seats next year, and my seats are at a premium. The most expensive ticket in Europe is about £1,800 a season for what I'd pay for. I know there's an exchange rate, but that doesn't come remotely close to what Inter Miami has priced their tickets at. Inter Miami, in a sport in the MLS, again, I think it's a bad faith deal to compare it to the NFL and NBA, because that's never been MLS's price point. The ticket prices have gone up throughout MLS, and I'm struggling to find out what the logic is. Did they extrapolate from the first 3 games of Messi being here, the first couple of matches, that the secondary market would be such, and if there's going to be an influx of new dollars in the secondary market, they should get that money? Let me tell you something. For an Inter Miami season ticket holder, a secondary market is pie in the sky. It wasn't an actual thing if you were a season ticket holder. If you couldn't make it to a game, you were eating those things. But that's fine. Messi's here. Some of us have had the opportunity because of cup matches to add 2 more seats to our package for those cup matches, be able to flip them and pay for your own ticket. It's been a wonderful thing. But also, the secondary market settled about 3 matches in. Many people sold their U.S. Open Cup final tickets for a loss. Many people couldn't sell them at all. So this is insanity. To have the most expensive soccer ticket.
Billy? What's happening?
Wait, so I could go and see Messi for like a regular price ticket now? Like the hype was gone after 3 games?
Well, no. This is
people couldn't sell their tickets.
Well, keep in mind, you're not seeing Messi, so it's we're not getting a representative sample size. But it's not about secondary tickets and resale value. It's not, as much as other people want to make this out. To double in a half people's season ticket prices. If this happened in Europe, It wouldn't, because the offices would get ransacked. I'm telling you. They don't do this.
This is quintessentially Miami, though.
There are protests if they try to increase ticket prices by £2.
This is why America's seated.
Right.
Not exactly. I think there's more history than that. But what Mike is saying, and this is quintessentially Miami, they've got a hot thing, and it's not fake hot. This ticket was hot in New York. It was hard to get to. You got celebrities coming in from all over to be at these games, and it is, I don't know if it's an improperly priced ticket, but of course, Miami's going to seize on a phenomenon and mark up the value and try and gouge you.
Mike, are you going to pay the price?
As presently constituted,
Yes.
no.
Really?
No, that's too much. That doesn't make any sense. And I'm a day one season ticket holder. It's not like they're moving into Freedom Park. Maybe if this were Freedom Park, I'd entertain it, but I'm not really getting all that many perks. So, okay, fine. Maybe if they're playing in a cup final and I have the opportunity to buy those additional tickets, I can maybe make a profit on that. You think I'm making back the face value Wednesday against Toronto FC? I'm not making that back. And it's not about that. It's strictly about the experience that I had. And while it was worth it for $6,000, hell, it'd be worth it in my mind for $10,000. On principle alone, to have the European champion Manchester City sell the exact same package for £1,500 a season, where I have to spend $15,000 for 2 tickets, that's absurd.
I know the conversion rate, but for those who don't, how many dollars is that?
Your dollars and euros are like pretty close right now. But this is what happens when you're trying to extract profit off of everything that you own in this country. You end up with a product that is so popular that now fans can't afford it. And like we're seeing the same thing in a lot of women's sports where it's like, wow, look at how quickly these leagues are growing and how exciting this is. Oh, the most expensive ticket to go to the Final Four is $800.
Right.
And it pushes out people that have been fans of these sports for a long time because now you can no longer afford it.
Right.
Because that's capitalism.
But
baby.
I should mention, I can't afford the luxury package anymore. It was within my price before, and now I can't. I can still watch Inter Miami. They have increased season ticket prices everywhere, though, and a lot of people have different budgets, and they're getting priced out. They were wise for the smallest markup, the supporter section, because they don't want to lose a supporter section, because if they have a voice, they could actually do something about it. It's a bad look entirely. It's happening throughout MLS and in this country. We're just so broken by capitalism getting every dollar out of us that we won't ever do things like they do in Europe, where it flatly wouldn't stand. Hey, it's Mike Ryan. I want to talk to you about Miller Lite. What's your favorite place to watch a game? Is it at the stadium, at a sports bar, in your living room with your pals? I'm sure all are great, so long as you have that beautiful white can of ice-cold Miller Lite by your side at just 96 calories a can. Miller Lite is the only light beer you'll want to celebrate the great game of football with all season long. Whether you're at that stadium, whether you're in that living room, whether you're in that bar, please just make sure Miller Lite is by your side. Crack it open. Crack it open right at kickoff. Time it out. It's amazing. 96 calories. That's right, folks. 3.2 carbs per 12-ounce serving. Smooth taste, crisp, clean finish. You know it. You know it. I tell you every week, you get the taste you crave without the calories. This season, crack open a light beer that hits your taste buds so hard, you feel it in your heart. Make it Miller time all season long. Get Miller Lite delivered right to your door. Visit MillerLite.com/Dan, where you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Fall is just around the corner, and if you're like me, you're settling back into a busier routine. You know I like to go on vacation, so I'm going to be traveling a lot this fall to football games and events with Golic and DraftKings, and that's why I recommend Simply Safe Home Security and their revolutionary home monitoring innovation, 24/7 live guard protection. It's designed to help stop crime in real time. Now, if an intruder breaks into your home, Simply Safe professional monitoring agents can actually see, speak to, and deter them through Simply Safe's new Smart Alarm wireless indoor camera, warning them that police are on their way. The new Smart Alarm indoor camera is also the only indoor security camera that can trigger the alarm and instantly deter intruders with a built-in siren. Simply Safe was named the best home security system of 2023 by U.S. News & World Report. For a limited time, get 20% off your new system when you sign up for Fast Protect monitoring. Visit simplysafe.com/DLB. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Dan Le Batard.
Sports.
Stugotz.
More sports.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
the same thing's happening with concerts. I mean, look how much Taylor Swift tickets cost. You could get them for $50,000. Like, it's absolutely insane. It's not just a sports problem, it's an entertainment problem.
But it's not just an entertainment problem. It's a housing problem. It's all sorts of things that are improperly inflated because the economy feels like it's teetering on the collapse because nobody understands what the hell the economy is built by. And a bunch of fraudsters are out there. Like, this is happening. This is happening everywhere with inflated markets that are pricing out people and separating the haves from the have-nots, so that what will be eventually at your games is as corporate as the Super Bowl, because only the corporations can afford the suites.
Well, I appreciate that, but given the looks on people's faces, it sounds almost exclusively to just be a Mike Ryan problem.
Yeah. Well, these prices you're talking about, the price points, the amount of money that you're spending on this already before Messi is something that made us all wince.
Well, so did you downgrade your seats, or you're just not going at all?
So what I'm going to do
amongst
is
the commoners.
So like, I guess my game day experience is a lot like cars. People don't just go from like BMW back to like their first car. It's something that you build up to. So what I'm going to do.
What was that sound, and why did Lucy's head drop into her lap? What just happened there?
There's
what
that saying about cars. People. There's that saying about cars that people generally, they keep upgrading their cars. They don't necessarily slide back.
Same thing with first class on an airplane. It's hard to go back to coach, right?
Yeah. So like once
you could do it though, Mike. I promise.
Well, I that's a consideration because I do like being a season ticket holder, and you get priority access, and they're going to be playing in the U.S. Open Cup. It's funny, that original quote, it may actually be closer to that if I actually want to see every game Inter Miami plays in, because they have Leagues Cup, U.S. Open Cup. They qualified for CONCACAF Champions League next year, and those don't come in your package, just the 16 matches. But there's other season ticket plans that would be more in line with my budget. I'm sad that I'm priced out of this one, or what I'll do is call their bluff, Joe Cronin style, and say the secondary market isn't what you think it is. I know because I've participated in it, and I'm just going to go a la carte. And for the 6 matches that I prioritize a year, I'll keep my powder dry for those.
But I don't think they'll care about that.
No, if the ticket's sold, the ticket is sold.
That's the best thing about a hot ticket. You don't have to care about the consumer at all when you're raking in the money. You only have to care about the consumer when you're not. And so they can. No, but they don't have to respect you.
They don't, but I think they will have to.
Not if they have enough people who are willing to pay that price.
I also am holding out because I think there'll be some capitulation. I don't think that they got the market
team is
right.
not going to bend to you ever.
I don't.
There's a waiting list for tickets, aren't there? Like they'll just go to the next person in line.
Well, you say that, but if they had a system error give me 2 additional seats in midfield club, and those seats are available, then really, what are we talking about here? Because they can fake this being a luxury item that's in demand. You can play with that. You could create a demand for those things. I happen to think that the market's going to speak for it. I think that they're going to have to revisit their prices or add more to it, because I don't think I was talking. We had a lengthy weather delay, and I was talking to all the season ticket holders that are in that midfield club right now, for the most part, because it was a main talking point.
Billy, what are you laughing
We just
about?
gathered them around.
They gathered around a team of 50. You had a quick meeting.
That was kind of how it was, because we're all in this midfield club, and there was like
that's how unions form.
Yeah,
like this is
it was a 90-minute thing.
But the
and
game stopped, and you had their attention. Is what you're saying.
It was a little sad, and I'm personalizing my own experience, and this doesn't seem like the group to feel sorry is for. Oh, poor you guys in the midfield club. But these are people that are super passionate about it.
Right.
They've been fans that I've seen there.
But only at $6,000.
Right. I've seen fans there since day one. It's the same people. These aren't like big time ballers. This fits there. We're all making choices. Instead of paying Heat season tickets,
Billy thinks this is ballers.
This is expensive.
Billy's making faces.
This is expensive.
I love that everyone is different on this planet. We all have things we like. We all have differences among us and things that we want to
We all have our challenges,
spend
too.
our free time on. And Mike spends his on Miami Hurricanes and Inter Miami, and I love that for him.
Yeah,
it's
these
so
are
funny to me.
Well, it's also okay. I see what everyone's trying to do here, and I don't appreciate it. But I've had season tickets for the Miami Heat before. I've done the budgeting where I'm like, should I get tickets for the Panthers because of their miraculous season? Do I even entertain Marlins tickets? What do I do? This price was in line with what I was paying with the Miami Heat. So what I decided to do was not re-up with my Miami Heat tickets. I made a choice. And there are a lot of people that are forced with that same choice. Now, while everyone thinks that this is white glove, like upper echelon 1% problems. I can guarantee you it's not. It's a bunch of people that have been day one season ticket holders that ticket fell in line with their budget, and now they are priced out. They're going after a more affluent base. That's fine. They're going after resellers. Cool. It's not going to be the same, and it's day one fans. They're going to have to look at their budget and either downgrade their tickets, which boo-hoo, fine, or they're not going to have to do it at all.
That's not why I was laughing. I was laughing because they're bad. Yeah.
Well,
Messi's hurt.
They
They're
won
bad.
They won a trophy. It's
a ripoff.
They have the most
They play in
famous soccer.
Fort Lauderdale.
That's a huge part of it.
You're going really far.
Well,
to
this is,
watch
but
them.
the
It's
whole,
just kind of funny.
Jessica, the whole thing is built on such a flimsy foundation. If Messi,
They should be begging Mike Ryan to go
soccer?
to their games.
if Messi hurts a ligament, all of a sudden those tickets aren't worth anything.
Well, no, not once they've sold them.
But the problem,
That's why they want their money on the front end.
Right.
the problem with that, it
Now I'm concerned.
Such an obvious
Something's going on
corporate
here.
gouging. They have to strike while the iron is hot because the iron never gets to be this hot in Miami for a long time. You have to capitalize on Messi right now. You must turn this phenomenon into enormous dollars right now, even if it means gouging the very real and sincere fandom of your day one customers by giving it to Pitbull, by giving the tickets only to Pitbull and his friends because he wants to come down to a game and he can barely afford
But
it.
you're right. What choice do you have? I mean, you have to profit off of Messi.
No, but the choice you have is you can be reasonable
No.
about. Okay, but that's the thing.
Sounds silly.
Not in this country.
Not in this city. Not the country. This city specifically.
They made a choice to go 2.5 times up on ticket prices. That's their prerogative in a capitalist society. That's fine. I have a choice. Do I keep season tickets at a smaller price tier? It's all budgeting. It's just a shame because while we were eating caviar, tears were falling inside of it because we were priced out. And now we're gonna have to actually pay for beer, and I don't like that.
I like the idea of you complaining that your profit margin is going down, and you're complaining about them doing the same thing to you.
I'm complaining because it's not in line with ticket prices all across the world. And in Europe,
yeah, but no one else has Messi.
Paris Saint-Germain had Messi. Barcelona had Messi. They had
PSG.
Messi. Yeah. They had Messi in their prime. Their tickets wouldn't come close to this.
Right.
The European champions have £1,500
And they get
season
health
tickets.
care.
It's like they don't have DeAndre Yedlin. Like, I understand it's exciting for Leo Messi. That's great. At this age, it's wonderful to see him play there. There's been great success. I've enjoyed the ride. It's been amazing. But they don't have $1 billion starting 11 like some of these other clubs do.
Well, what was the capacity of the other stadiums? Because you could argue that this is more of a commodity if there's only like 18,000 seats.
It's such a small stadium.
It's got 20,000 seats, and while there are bigger stadiums out there.
No, I'm saying in Europe when he was playing.
Yeah, no, we're talking about some stadiums that have $50,000. But Inter Miami's
50,000 people.
50,000
yes.
people. But Inter Miami's 20,000 seat venue is actually in line with a lot of top flight divisions because you have promotion and relegation, and the danger of being sent down and not being able to fill a 20,000 seat stadium isn't all there for you.
It seems like you're being rational about this. You're not upset. They priced you out.
Oh, but this
You're
is.
okay?
I'm a little upset because that's a crazy
Stugotz,
price rate.
This
a price increase.
Not if someone's willing to pay it, though.
This overt greed, though,
We'll find
Stugotz,
out.
is exactly how it is that corporations stamp out the feelings, the caring, loving feelings, unreasonable feelings that people have for their sports teams, feelings you don't normally associate with business. This kind of cold that they will immediately emerge. They don't give you your money back when the team stinks. They don't give you refunds when they're losing 4-0, but the leaping at more money at every turn and at the expense, like the very real cost, I would argue, of these were day one people that mean something to them. They're willing to make a choice between you and the Heat. The Heat are a lifelong allegiance. This is where your dollars go. And the first place you go with those dollars is give me more, give me double, give me 3 times as much. I've got a hot thing. The market is speaking. And Mike's saying the market's going to crash and I will not be there for you when Messi is gone either.
No, the market has already crashed. And I think the sad realization is I know how unpopular a taxpayer-funded stadium would be. Their stadium is getting funded. It's getting funded by people in the midfield club now. Like that, it's not just Messi. It's we are privately funding a stadium, and unlike other places in Europe, which really count mostly on TV revenue, we're counting almost exclusively on the revenue that we're getting through our gate, and we think that's sustainable. You're not paying attention to what happened in the U.S. Open Cup. You're not paying attention that there was already Messi fatigue. And if he's injured, that the bottom falls out on that.
But you guys
market.
don't expect, are you guys, any of you expecting your franchise that you pour emotion into to treat you with care? You're not asking for care.
Soccer
here.
clubs generally do across the world, but in America, this is a very distinctly
In Miami.
No, this is a distinctly American thing. Ticket prices are going up all across MLS. It's a huge problem, and the MLS has to reconcile with what is the international identity of soccer gate prices, and also our own history in this country with pay-to-play, making it impossibly expensive to play this sport compared to others. It's part of the big reason why the U.S. is lost to countries like Belgium that have a population the size of a small state when they have all these other advantages. It's the world's most accessible game. And
not anymore.
But not in America.
Not here. Well, not with this star.
Not in America. And South Florida is just now holding up a mirror to that. But it's at the base level. This is a very expensive sport that you play in this country when the advantages that other countries have is all you need is a ball.
And you're playing in such a slipshod operation that didn't the public address announcer the other day accidentally leave his mic on while screaming about something?
Now that actually got me thinking about paying the $15,000 because Fernando Fiore, they replaced
Give me more of that.
Fernando Fiore, mustached Fernando Fiore, a Spanish television legend, has now found himself the PA announcer, and he did it with a lot of passion. He was entertaining, but there was one time that a build-up last week fell apart in an embarrassing fashion where two players tripped over one another. Fernando Fiore left his microphone on and screamed, "No!"
They heard throughout they heard it throughout the pitch. It was echoing. It was just an announcer screaming "no" because two players tripped over each other.
Which more of that? If you're promising me that, I'll give you the 30.
Do people understand that that's what Messi is playing at the center of? It's all a construct that is super flimsy. It's an announcer screaming "no" off mic as Mike tries to unionize the season ticket holders that they have.
During a weather delay.
The whole thing's asinine.
We're completely covered, by
in
the way.
Fort Lauderdale.
In football, the fourth quarter is where the magic happens. It's where games are won, where champions are made. And in business, it's where sales teams become legends. That's why HubSpot built Sales Hub, to give sales reps the deal-making tools they need to win their Q4. Sales Hub's prospecting workspace organizes your schedule, goals, and to-do list in one place to save your team precious fourth quarter time. And Smart Sequences helps sales reps close deals faster than ever. So get ready to dominate Q4 with Sales Hub. Learn more at hubspot.com/sales.
Dan Le Batard.
If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain that would be.
Stugotz.
Standing outside with my mouth open wide. If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain that would be.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Get to the bucket of death in a moment, but we've had a lot of stuff going on the show, and we need to make sure that we do some housekeeping and we take care of the polls, and we do our polls recap, and it's brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Epic razors, epically affordable. Find them in stores or online. Chris Cody, do you have a sampling of polls?
Yes, I do. Do many Swifties believe that Zach Wilson is better than Patrick Mahomes? 76% say yes.
That was crazy. First game ever Mahomes has played, even college, I think, right? Where the opposing quarterback, every individual stat was better from Zach Wilson than it was for Patrick Mahomes.
Is a 25 milligram gummy going to keep you high for 24 hours? 66% say no.
You know what? I got pissed off at the number of people in our audience who can get higher than you and really were making fun of Mike Ryan for hallucinating on 100 milligrams and 25 milligrams because they're so capable of just drenching their system in marijuana. Like there was a whole lot of marijuana shaming going on.
Dan, a lot of Twitter tough guys in the mentions. Oh yeah, I do 10,000 milligrams.
It wouldn't make me high for 24 hours. It would make me high for 72 hours.
I want to meet the person that can take 100 milligrams in stride.
A professional wrestler told Mike to do half.
Yeah, and no more than half. I want to shake your hand. If you can handle that, I need to shake your hand.
What voice is that? The Manly Man. What do you mean, what voice is that? I have not heard from the Manly Man in so long. I miss the Manly Man. Go ahead, Chris.
Do you check your watch every time you're in an elevator?
Yeah, you have to.
Very close, this one.
You got to check it.
Even if you're not wearing
Can
one.
you show us, Chris? Can you show us how you do it?
51% say yes.
Yep. The most memorable time I did that, that's a true story, was not wearing a watch. I was nervous. It was in college. I was nervous because I was getting on an elevator with a beautiful woman, and I got nervous. And I spilled the soda at my feet.
No need to be nervous around me, Dan.
It was so long ago, Jessica.
I know, a little creepy of you.
Does Taylor Swift know who Phil Simms is? 96% say no. Those are the polls.
All right. Dan, call for it.
I'm afraid to call for it because I saw lurking in the shadows the Reaper, who's been wounded here for a couple of weeks now, I would say, reprimanded at a meeting, had some sort of issue with human resources. What are you laughing about, Roy?
Reprimanded.
He was reprimanded. What are you? He came in late one day for a meeting. Did you not see him get dressed down in front of him? You saw it.
Also, I saw earlier this week, I saw the Reaper nodding in agreement with Amin's terrible dog takes.
It is a meek Reaper. And
Reaper, you're dead to me.
The Reaper was punished. All right, Mike, I don't like the air company business, but go ahead. Tell them what it was you. You scared the Reaper. Everyone's seen Scary Producer Mike, and the Reaper saw him last week.
I don't air private business, but just know he's been reprimanded and written up, and he's on a final warning. Whoa. Call for the imaging, Dan.
Let's go ahead and hear that nasty music.
The Bucket of Death is brought to you by KFC's new hot and spicy wings. Order an 8-piece of the new hot and spicy wings for $4.99 at participating KFC today. It is finger licking good.
Who has to go to the bucket? How many people go to the bucket now?
Everyone here needs to go to the bucket. There's only one person picking twice because Jeremy Taché had something come up. So, Roy, why don't you pick for Jeremy twice when it comes around to you? Go for it, Tony.
I also want Jessica to pick for Willow.
Willow does not like the Reaper.
Well, why would? I hope she
you know
gets
what?
nasty with the Reaper.
You my dog. How about that?
Smells
Reaper's
dead.
made of
things
bones.
fell out, Dan.
Wait a minute. It fell out, Mike. Tony, come on. Come on. It breaks the rules when the helmets fall out. There have been helmets falling out
You know
every
what I
week.
just thought of?
Golden helmet.
Mike, Dan, Tony.
That's pretty good. That's good. Picking out here.
Yeah.
The Ravens, Baltimore Ravens.
It just came to you. Mike, Dan, Tony.
Ravens are 4-point favorite at the Steelers.
Oh, I'm taking that all day. Steelers are dead.
Good choice.
Chris Cody is up next.
All right, here we go.
Don't let anybody look in the bucket. You're holding it awfully low. Tony could have cheated. The
straight
Reaper,
at you, Dan.
the Reaper
You're on
needs
a final warning.
I'm an honest guy.
I have the Jags.
They're playing the Buffalo Bills, and it's a sneaky small spread with a lot of the handle going on the Buffalo Bills.
Going back.
Double London game for the Jags, by the way.
Going back in. They stayed, huh? Had a nice little vacation.
Yeah, little London vacation.
Willow's now barking at
Willow
the
might
Reaper.
actually be a
doesn't
problem.
like the Reaper. The dog's a problem. No, but I like the problem.
Texans, I'm keeping them. I don't have a
started
choice.
this problem. The dog is definitely afraid of death. Afraid.
I have two brains going on right now.
The Reaper now has to go past the dog.
Roy, go to the Reaper. Roy, go to the Reaper.
Would
and just
really pop on social if we had a dog
be
attack.
great.
If attacking the
I
Reaper.
can't decide if it's good content or
It's
really
great.
stupid pet
No,
ownership.
it's that too. It's all
also
of it.
a lawsuit,
I'm so torn.
potentially.
It is all of these things.
I would love the Reaper showing up in the court.
How?
First Willow.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom,
Ding, ding, ding. Roy is going into the bucket right now.
Beat Willow.
All right, this is for Jeremy. And this is the Minnesota Vikings.
1-3. Everyone.
They have the Kansas City Chiefs, and last I saw it was about a 4-point spread.
4-point dog at home against the Chiefs.
I'm going to do Jeremy a solid and put this thing back in. Second pick, the New England Patriots.
Yikes.
Oof,
That's a 1-point spread against the Saints.
That's a rough pick.
Another fart game.
All right, this is my pick.
I like that as a category, fart game.
The New Orleans Saints.
Another
New
fart
Orleans
game.
Saints.
If they're in it, they're playing in a fart game.
You should pick a fart game of the week. I like that too.
We got a lot of them this week.
Saints are a 1-point favorite at Gillette.
No.
Now,
I'm gonna go.
are we enacting the presence rule where it says that Roy's here and he's picking for someone else, so if he doesn't like his pick, he can switch?
That's only your rule.
Stop,
That's
stop
never been
making
a
this more
thing.
complicated.
I had the Miami Dolphins.
I'm going to throw something at you.
You got to keep
Big
that
favorite
one.
against the Giants.
I don't have a choice in the matter.
How big a favorite?
Well, I mean, you
Mike?
just have to
11
win,
points,
so you're
I
good.
saw.
11 points. Okay.
Yeah.
What happened to the dog?
Willow was growling
Yeah.
and barking.
That
at
would have
the
been
Reaper.
good content.
It would have
We need to
been.
well, you need to pick for Willow. Willow needs to
All right.
also.
Reaper's
get-
made out of
Fine.
bones. Dogs historically like bones.
Exactly. Willow has Fine Bucket and Death. Wait. Does that mean
memories.
she dies?
Yes.
Put it back.
There's no money in the
What is
fine,
she
but you
gonna
can't
do
put
with
it
the
back.
money?
That's instant death. You can't put it back.
What is she going to do with the money?
There's $5.
Willow got a $5. All right.
Ruh-roh.
Buy some new liver treats.
Fine
And
bucket.
I have the underdog.
Okay.
Take any underdog.
Are you going to keep
Pick a
that?
1-point
That's your first
dog.
pick, technically.
I think you can do it in college too. You can and pick any underdog, any sport. I
Okay.
think.
No, it's just the NFL.
Okay.
Stop trying to
I'm
make this more
putting that back.
complicated.
I don't have the spreads in front of me.
We just mentioned there's a 1-point
Wait, what was it?
dog.
Who was
was the
Saints.
Patriots at
Alright,
home.
If you like the
Back.
Cowboys, you can take the Cowboys at Niners.
No.
You can also take the Texans.
I have the Cardinals.
Oh.
I'm 4-0
They're only
right now.
they're only a 3-point dog, and the Bengals are
Live
not
doggy.
playing
Live doggy
well
against the Bengals.
Josh
at all.
Dobbs, please.
Fart game, though.
Josh
Hit me
Dobbs has been a
5-0.
tricky, feisty little backdoor quarterback.
Burrow's playing a fart game. I
Yeah,
did not
Burrow
have that.
Dobbs is a fart game now.
I think all the Bengals games have been fart games.
Oh!
No, nobody likes it. The way you behave,
Bullshit.
the way you behave this week. The
Let's
way
in the living room for Willow to attack.
Nobody likes it when you get relieved.
The golden helmet of life.
But hopefully no swaps.
No one. Oh wait, no. Stugotz has the swap already. Stugotz already has the swap from earlier this week.
What? Damn. Well,
Stugotz
he's not,
now
unfortunately,
gets-
he's not here to swap.
Now we need
So
a ruling. We need a ruling from the commissioner. Amin Al Hassan.
Oh, now I'm the commissioner.
No, he's gonna swap with me. What did he pick
I
earlier
think
this
he
week?
got a good helmet. I'd have to check though.
You have the Bengals are a 3-point favorite at Josh Dobbs' Arizona Cardinals.
Rolling them back.
We need to get imaging for fart game of the week. There are several of them this week, and I want to make one the biggest of all the farts.
But it's gonna be a fart sound.
And we debate every week on which one. Yeah.
Steelers?
Can it get
Ouch.
upgraded to a shark game?
Amin just picked one. He's got the Steelers. Shark game. Whoever the Steelers are playing, I don't even know
Ravens.
who they're playing. I got a blue helmet, Wizard of Oz helmet. And do I
Lions,
have
Tigers,
a bye?
Bears.
Any of those teams have a bye?
Stugotz got the Chargers, by the way. I'm not going to be stupid and play technicalities. Let's just assume he's swapping with me, and I'll take the Chargers. Damn it.
You don't want to call him? You don't
No,
wanna-
what is it? Come on, man.
I've got Wizard of Oz, though, which means I want to take one of these bye teams. Find me a tiger, a lion, or a bear. that's got
Clemson's a 21-point favorite at home against Wake Forest.
Take that. Yeah, you can also take the Bengals.
You can take the Detroit Tigers and wait till next year.
21. I just gave you a 21-point favorite.
Come on, man.
All right, I'll take
are you
that,
too much of a
fine.
chicken shit
Yes, I'm
to take the
scared of this.
Clemson
I don't like this game.
Tigers?
Ooh,
Tired.
trusting Dabo Sweeney.
I don't trust Clemson. I don't know.
Oh,
if
then put it back.
I don't know if FSU is any good. I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
Riley Skinner isn't walking through that door. You got nothing to worry about.
I am never afraid. I
Sam
can.
Hartman's not walking through that door either.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I'll take that. But you bullied me into it. Like, I don't like how aggressive you're being about things. I'm
Well,
sure.
come on. If you're too much of a coward for a 21-point spread,
No,
like, come
I
on.
could have waited for a second and looked through the buys and seen. I don't know, for example, if the Lions
Let's
have
see
a
if they-
buy.
No, they're
this
actually
week.
10-point favorites against the Panthers.
Yeah, like you don't know if I wanted to take that or not,
the
but you
Dolphins.
bullied me into it because, yeah, look, man, it's
Like,
all.
come on. UCLA is at home against number 13 Washington State. Come on, you coward.
No, I am scared of Washington State. They're all pissed off they're pissed off at everybody. Washington State wants into the national conversation. They're pissed off at McAfee. Who else are they pissed off at? Corso. They're pissed off at game day.
Herbie.
Washington State wants. Jessica, you agree with some of what Lucy had to say about the Washington State fans being like, this isn't supposed to be what game day is. And I thought that that's why McAfee was hired, so they could get younger and more dangerous and bring a different feel to Saturday.
Whoa, those lights are bright. Yeah.
You don't want to take the Detroit Lions against the Carolina Panthers?
I'm not sure how much ESPN minds all the attention on game day and what McAfee. Like, that's why they hired McAfee. He's not going to be like a, positive about every team, and that's probably how they like it.
But he is going to look back at the crowd and say something that gets them fired up.
Why was he wearing a collared shirt on Saturday?
That's a good
that
question.
Threw me off. I was like,
Food
what
poisoning.
the hell?
Yeah, there was that weird Adam Schefter tweet about him throwing up in between segments, and that was that entire. Yeah,
Did he
Adam
drink too
Schefter,
much the night before? Like that would be
a lot of people
poison.
interpreted it as. I mean, they were in Durham.
Yeah, Duke.
But a lot of people interpreted it as McAfee's hungover and throwing up.
That'd be
Why is
good for
Adam
the brand,
Schefter
wouldn't it?
tweeting
No?
about it?
For the
but-
brand?
No,
I see
wouldn't
what
that
you're
be
doing
good?
there. It is good for the
No,
brand.
that wouldn't be good.
That's his saying.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate
I
it.
wasn't sure.
Okay, thanks, Mike. I appreciate
Just helping you.
No, but
Are you taking Clemson or the Detroit Lions?
I have to take it under advisement. I'm gonna.
No, that's not how this segment works. I just gave up
He
the golden
chose-
helmet
he
of life
chose
in the name of
Clemson.
efficiency.
He chose Clemson. You chose Clemson.
Well, I've got bullied into it. I
In
did.
the name of
rather have-
efficiency, I just surrendered 3 weeks of
You'd rather
safety.
have Clemson.
Bullied into it. You're a coward if you don't pick them, but
Yeah,
we didn't
chicken.
bully you.
I'm the cowardly lion. It's the Wizard of Oz helmet. Like that's what I'm doing. Like what are you saying? Like, come on. Okay.
Willow,
Unnecessary.
Sick him. Who are you taking?
Unbelievable.
Clemson. He's stuck with it.
go Daggers.